Hello, everybody. Here we are. It's 4:01, and we're in an amazing gateway of 444, because the 2 4s, I mean, the 2020 makes another 4. 4 4s, or 3 4s. Hold on. So let's tune in, give a few minutes for a few more people to come on board. Each time this gets a little easier. They make it easier on Facebook Live, but welcome to 4-4 Gateway Activation. I'm just going to give it a little time. You can listen to, I was singing a Gaia chant in the background. I'll make it a little louder for you. I'm going to turn this off in a minute. And this is light language, and it holds a vibration. And what was coming through was the breath of Gaia. That we're calling to Gaia and she's calling to us. That we're beginning to listen, beginning to respond. Really, we're in this amazing time period. It may feel tremendously challenging. But each time I always mention that the masters have told us we chose to be here at this time period. Our souls chose to be during this ascension time period. So it's this kind of humbling quotient to add into the formula and the mixture that's going on in this world at this time, and an amazing gateway that we're going to be working with. So we can just send our wishes right now out to Gaia. And Gaia says she's listening. Make no mistake. I haven't figured out how to see the chat, and in a way it's nice because then it doesn't have needless chat, and we go ahead with our activation. So today we're here for 4-4 Gateway Activation for all humanity, for the new earth, for all beings, and the global unity and consciousness of peace and harmony. We're on an ascension journey together. My name is Anjahlia mareesa, sheehan, as I call myself your favorite shaman, your favorite cosmic shaman. And I'm a gatekeeper, a seer, a master seer, a healer, and a new earth keeper. It's my great honor and privilege to be here with you, and I'm so grateful that you are joining us, and those who come after this are also listening, and together we're going to make a difference. This is a big gateway of enlightened energies that are of this like new valuation of ourselves, our lives, and our projects ahead. And so we welcome all the New Earth tribe. A lot of what I'm really feeling in my heart is like, how can we bring our New Earth tribe together? How can we make a difference? How can we vision what it is this new world's going to be? This is going to be a big year for all of us, and a big year for me. This is a big year for the Capricorn, which you'll see in the astrology that we're in right now, and for seeing and visioning and starting to use that ability because we're God creator beings. Right? That's right. So what we're going to be doing today is a little bit of many things, because as any of you who know me, it's a very high vibrational transmission. And sometimes I'm going to be reading some of my pre-channeled information that's at more my presence's frequency. And sometimes when I'm on our journey, we'll be going on a journey with Metatron in a Merkaba and going through this gateway of 444. And that often is a very high frequency, and sometimes people pass out. So the best way, I also do a lot of burping as I'm kind of like working with the field and working with transmuting things in our collective consciousness already, because we're already working. We've already got the masters set up with us. But this is a really great idea. If you want to stay conscious, to sit up, because lying down, which is excellent, and a lot of people just love to be fed by the frequency. But if you want to stay conscious, you can sit up, you can move your fingers if you start to fall out, you can put your tongue behind your teeth if you begin to fall out, and just start to repeat any words even. Those are some tricks that help remain. But sometimes the frequencies are bringing us into multidimensional levels of our higher selves. And that's kind of my job as a universal seer and working with source frequency. And so we just aren't ready for it all right now. And I think that's fine. We want to give ourselves as much bathing in the basking of these higher transmissions and frequencies as possible. And that's why we like to take advantage of these gateways, of the light that's coming through for us as this attention to who we are, and also working with the fear that's in our collective consciousness right now in the issue of health. And I'm going to discuss that a little more later. So our group collective consciousness, we're going to become a Merkaba, this great light. It's a force of the divine. And this is kind of what I have a greater vision of, is that the more we do these pieces together, hopefully you'll come on more collectively, or we'll do a group New Earth tribe, and we'll go places together, and we'll start doing planetary service. And we'll be this force of the divine light within ourselves. And as a cooperative and a collective, we become greater. And so it's our job to create this new earth, right? Becoming our seer selves, our visionary bodies, our avatar mission. The great vision of oneness, unity, and peace. So 4-4, the sacred geometry of 4-4, is the vibration of archangels. And this is a gateway which brings us legions of archangels, enlightened ones, to assist our new earth plan. So we really need it right now. 4-4 is also like the representative of the elements of earth, air, fire, and water, and the harmonizing of these, which again, we also really need in this time period, with the out of balance earth kind of showing us that things are not in the balance, and we're not cooperating together. We're not listening. We're not holding the right frequency and vibration. And these are the kinds of things that we work with in our journey this evening. And by opening this gateway, we may be more readily assisted in this particular creation time period of this pandemic, with a quantum jump for humanity. We'll be harnessing in this astrology the Jupiter and Pluto conjunction. And with this gateway of 4-4, it's going to raise our evolutionary advantage, bringing us into this next octave, our archangelic nature. And I call it our avatar. And I'm going to be doing future avatar work. I'm just very pulsed to bring through the avatar initiations. Our avatar understanding of our place in the scope of the ascension of Earth to 5D, out of the 3D false matrix to liberation. So we're on a journey to bring heaven to earth, new heaven on new earth. Let's do this. So in this, we're in an exact alignment of Jupiter conjunct Pluto at 24 degrees Capricorn. And Pluto rules the cycles of life, death, rebirth, which is exactly the kind of things that are going on, the fears coming up for everybody. And Jupiter expands, magnetizes, and spreads. So it's kind of like a perfect storm for a virus pandemic, bringing up all kinds of cycles and completion cycles and old traumas. And as we also like move through them, like moving through a gateway and come into this great change, because nothing can change without change. And we're all a little bit reticent to really face change, but I think I'm grateful in a way for this pandemic. It's brought about change, and we're really looking, we're really listening, we're really waking up. And so be it, let's have it, right? We can get through this. We've done it before, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna be bigger, better, stronger, and more courageous. So I've also been aware that this fear that's bringing up old traumas of survival and the reptilian part of the brain, that we're in a time of clearing old failures. And sometimes the masters channel the word miasms through me. And I did it with a client earlier, and she said, what is a miasm? And I often will just Google it. It's so fascinating. And then the root of the word is usually what the masters are meaning, not so much what we think of it, but miasm was like a fault. So it's like a fault within the system in a way. And we are clearing our old faults because we believe we're not whole, we're not one, right? We believe we're separate. And so we're working through personally and collectively core issues of Lemuria, Atlantis, Egypt. And in Atlantis, there was a lot of abuse of light and abuse of technology. And that's very much present. So consciously and unconsciously, I'm just listening a little bit, we're unraveling some of these false matrices that aren't the truth so that we can align to what is the truth. And then we have to focus and make that happen. May that be so. So these old fears are coming. The way I look at karma, you know, like earth karma or the Lemuria, Atlantis or Egyptian karma, or this Atlantean karma of light and technology abuse, really all we want to look at it is with this open-hearted, the one heart, the one mind, right? From Lemuria, the one heart. This is so much where I think I came from. Because those fears are dragging us into places we don't want to go. And when we bring love back, this is my whole premise. Like we're just bringing, karma just means bringing love back. And the Ascended Masters have no judgments at all. They totally see everything from all sides. And we're the ones that are holding these judgments. And of course, there are also some negative influences that are for real. And they're also part of the divinity, though, that everything has a divine nature. So everything that's corrupted, let's call it, is something that's corrupted within our own field. And when we work with that, we're working on our consciousness, of course, and we're shifting, shape shifting. That's why I call my work cosmic shamanism, because we're purging, we're letting go, we're clearing, and then we're shape shifting into this new belief system. And that's what we have to do all the time. So we're learning to trust, feel supported, find our place on this earth. And when you're being challenged with any of those things that aren't resonating with that, just really look it square in the face, sit deeply in your flame that's in your heart. It's the signature of who you are and where you have always been for eternity, and resonate from there. And that's what we'll be learning also in the Merkaba activation and the Merkaba like meditation we'll be doing, because when you sit in your Merkaba, it really houses this. It's like this multidimensional geometry that Metatron will bring us. And I use it every gateway, and I've been doing it for quite a number of years with people, that the Merkaba is a three-dimensional dodecahedron. And it's also the Sri Yantra, right? I have a beautiful teaching tool. What do they do with it? Hold on, I'll show you. This is a Merkaba. It's not three-dimensional, but you'll see, you can envision it more three-dimensionally. It's the Sri Yantra, the pyramid up, well, the pyramid down, which is heaven coming to earth, and the pyramid up is earth and the grounding. And the pyramid shape is extremely anchoring. This is another Metatronic cube or Metatronic symbol. This is a seed of life that moves into the flower of life, or this is the flower of life that begins from the seed of life. This is a Metatronic tree of life. And this is a Taurus. And it's more like a donut shape that it's around us, and there's a vortex of 0, 0 in the center. So a lot of our work is multidimensional. So how do we become multidimensional from this 3D skin and bones and blood? Through sacred geometry. It's the way we can understand it, because we've got to make this step, right? Let's see what else we're going to do. Well, we're going to be journeying with two different trinities. Lord Metatron, Mother Mary, and Quan is one trinity in a triangle. And Melchezidek, Babaji, and Mahatma is the other triangle. And so it's a double trinity field of Christed Sri Yantra to dissolve suffering, fear of survival, loathing of self and others. Alrighty, so let's see, let's begin. So we'll be journeying on Metatron's cloak, in a journey that will lead us into an experiential remembrance of who we really are in these activations of this multidimensional geometric level of our Merkaba self, opening up our ascension gates to let this angelic, archangelic love light pour forth and through us and in us. So it's very valuable to receive as much as you can. And many, many enlightened ones will be joining us and guiding us and carrying us in a reunification of these codes of light, this coat of light that we haven't been able to wear previously. So it's like our new coat of light, they tell me. I love that, right? We'll be addressing and revealing and illuminating the counterparts for COVID-19 virus load, for all humanity, for the earth, for all beings, in the global unity consciousness of peace and harmony. Alrighty, so here we go. Take a deep breath in and just allow yourselves to sink more deeply. I always use geranium to help me. And what I do is essential oil, breathe it in, and it opens like a field around me. And brings my mind gently, almost like becoming liquid and dripping, or like honey, and moving. Just breathe into your brain, into your mind, and into the old way of thinking. And just giving yourself permission to let go of the thoughts of the day, any stresses, any mind games or fears. As we allow this to move gently, just moving down, and in any place that feels constricted or blocked, through your brow, down through your crown, through your throat, just letting it expand where it needs to, like at the throat, expanding at the neck, the nape of the neck. And just allow it to sink down through to the thymus, which is very important to connect to your thymus, the high heart. It's also the captain of your endocrine system. We want to boost your immune system in our sessions here today, and let's ask for special assistance with that. Keep breathing. Every time you breathe, we're going to intentionalize through my presence into your presence that your every breath that you exhale is letting go of something that no longer serves you. Every breath you inhale is like bringing to you, and you're opening into remembrance of who you truly are. And that way, each time you breathe, and each time I say breathe, it's helping you recalibrate. And you may want to move your body at certain times. Good. Just letting this almost like a soft wave move through you. Down into your heart. I'm just going to begin with an open light language prayer to open these ascension gateways of the 4-4, to let this archangelic light and our archangelic selves begin to resonate in a higher and higher octave. Bretu mareesa reu shuma kalu reengba dore tauma tre turu reuzu maldur tau 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 mreu shukuma tau. They're like fluffing this plume that's here of your avatar headdress. Opening a new corridor. That awakens and opens these transmission and receptivity chakras at the ears. And these transmission and communication crystals above your brow, your crown, your soul star, and beyond. De Imawi Gay. Riema. Breathing light into the fire inside each crystal of each of these halos above you. That opens this a skillfulness of communication, they say. And you may want to pulse even if you feel like it with your hands, because it's almost like we're breaking through. Taur chuma durdu rindu rinda tartu suuma re madu re madu re I o mahu ye hey chu 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 hi hey hu shu 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 hi hey hamoi hey mua kwai he ho hien hra de. They said they were getting us all up to the same speed. These are all sonic transmissions, and you don't have to understand it. It just starts to resonate. So just let it in. Riamadu ri e hanu hanu a tui a mai uhu hai hu mo hi na hu dur bu ta. Okay, good. Breathe into your throat now and your thymus. You might feel a difference. So let us call forth your higher selves, your divine presences, the Holy Mothers, Great Mothers, Holy Fathers, Great Fathers, Creator, Great Creator, Source, all that there is. Mother, Father, God, Goddess, Gaia, Sophia. So we call in the 7 earth archangels to open the 7 doorways. I do a lot of burping, by the way, and that's kind of clearing things. Another shamanic gift for you. Archangel Michael with his blue ray sword. We call you forth to help defend us from all negativity, all negative belief systems, false matrices, demons. Dark shadows of our own forgotten past. Assist us in releasing all cords, attachments throughout time, space, and dimension that may harness us, cocoon us, keep us impoverished, less than, in suffering. We call you to be our liberator, to set us free in this very now moment, to cut all cords that do not serve, giving them back to God, to Gaia, releasing them gently. To assist us in completing this cycle and entering the new gateway. And we thank you. And we call forth Archangel Raphael with his clarion horn. Archangel Raphael, Gabriel, Jophiel, Camuel, Zadkiel, Uriel, to create a 7-pointed star around us and ground our high frequencies into manifestation, into our lives, into our light bodies, into our endocrine systems, our chakras, into the earth. We ask for this as a protection around us. We call forth a golden pyramid, also anchoring the holiness of this ceremony. And assisting the multidimensional as it moves out of the 3-dimensional and into our new dimensions. So we call now Metatron, Mother Mary, Quan Yin, we call forth Metatron, Melchezidek, Babaji, and Mahatma. And in these three pointed, two double trinities, that they begin to spin in opposite directions. At the brow chakra. That the down pointed trinity triangle spins counterclockwise, and the upwards pointed three trinity spins clockwise. "33 times. 333 parsec. To the octave of 11. Allow this spinning to move from the front of the brow to the back of the brow, through the pineal, as it starts to create a dodecahedron around the pineal. And that begins to pulse the pineal gland. That this pulsing is attuned to your heartbeat, to the heartbeat of Gaia. And that with every pulse, it is breaking off any detritus or dross, any calcification, any toxin. Breathing into the pineal. Beautiful. As this gateway of the brow vibrating, opening now in the back of the brain, in the brain stem, the reptilian part of the brain, the mammalia part of the brain, this is attuning, they say, to creation, to creating new vision. Good job. Ooh, I always open my arms like this as the heart opens and the archangelic pathways open. You may feel drawn to do that also. I'm pulsed when I do these movements. So follow your own Holy Spirit if you're pulsed. It's very exciting. They say now a stream. And just breathe in if you have a headache, like a slight headache came through my mind stream. Just breathe into any headache. Just let this golden orb come down. Oh. This golden orb is a little emissary from the solar suns. And we're so fortunate I've got sun coming right down on me for you. Because I'm your surrogate. And this golden orb is beginning to open. At first the stream was very narrow and now it's opening. It's up about like a foot above your head. We're just letting this happen. This work I've found is experiential and it's healing, transmission, and moving multidimensionally. So I let it take its course, and you should also. Because again, this is part of the listening, that we really attune to the quiet and the slowness also as what we're receiving a great teaching in our isolation. And now it's opening so much wider. You're also brilliant. Good job. Now this orb has got to be like 3 feet wide. And it's moving down around us with the solar fathers, these libraries of light. This gateway to the solar. We are calling on permission to open this solar gateway of the 4-4 archangelic downloads for ourselves, for our loved ones, for humanity, for the earth, the new earth. So we're receiving codes and the matrix, like language and glyphs. A type of a translation. It's softening while it acknowledges. Looking deeply into your DNA. Acknowledging all your lifetimes. These codes are saying you have a purpose, that we see you. These fathers are knowing of exactly who you are. And that you are not isolated or alone. And I see many legions, many archangels, warriors of light that are coming to us along this pathway. Of encouragement, of hope. This is a respite for you, beloved ones. A sanctuary for the beloved. They say that we are on the return trip. That we each deserve it. It has been a long road. So Archangel Michael is here again, coming down with his beautiful blue ray Excalibur sword and his shield. And he just is bringing an extra participation of shielding. That part of this transmission is about the shielding. The shielding that is intrinsic within you, as well as downloads that are going to be uploading. A belief system that harnesses non-duality, that creates you as a participant in this new light Merkaba. Holding the eternal Ankh, the figure 8. It's a golden Ankh and a silver loop also interact as a sacred geometry. And this is brought into the throat. An infinity sign, a sacred loop, silver loop, and an Ankh, which is like a keyhole and a cross. Golden cross, golden Ankh. And the Ankh is spinning counterclockwise. And the silver loop is spinning clockwise. To 888, 888, 88. Parsec. To the octave of 8. And they share that this is bringing you through a timeline. A collective timeline of humanity, through these lifetimes we spoke of earlier: Atlantis, Lemuria, Egypt. And this Atlantean timeline, especially, keep breathing into the throat. As the throat connects with the power of the hara. And your will, your divine will, your divine voice, your transmissions of thought, word, and deed. And they share that this virus is actually a reflection of that shadow aspect of our thoughts and our words and our deeds. So let's take a deep breath in and honor that. Not push it away, but honor that. Honor the sadness we may feel that you can see that truth. Just breathe into that, release it, set it free to be transmuted in this field, this holy ceremony. As we're still spinning these sacred geometries in the throat, releasing judgment, superiority or less than, control, manipulation, or the need to. Releasing the need to have power. That you may know this power is sourced from source. It is part and parcel of a much greater dimension. Breathing in and breathing out. That we no longer need to consume. As we're raising into a higher dimension out of the suffering, out of the 3D. Letting this continue to spin in the throat with a silver 8 of eternity and longevity, and the Ankh that brings forth the eternal Om, that deep connection to dark and light, to the hybridization the recalibration of our multi-dimensional, multi-universal, ascended nature, our extraterrestrial nature, ascended extraterrestrial. That we are multidimensional. We are eternal. And that with this shift, the throat begins to understand and soften, not needing to be so harsh. Letting go. Letting go of demands and pushing. And that the will can let go. Survival can let go. Because we are eternal. We've born of this earth, of the stars, of the moon, of the solar suns. That we are cosmic children in a stage of galactic trust, celestial harmony and universal peace. Breathing in, maybe moving your neck so that anything releases from this neck and the head region. As our Metatronic dodecahedron begins to form around us, the top peaks from the top, and we're getting to about right here, and it's just materializing. This transparent golden, shimmering, vibrating Merkaba. You may want to drink a little water. As now we move to the thymus, and we expand the sides of our Merkaba. The points come out now to the sides. The points come in the front and the back at this level of the thymus. They say that the thymus tells a story of the wounding of humanity, the soreness, the sadness, the wariness, and the constriction. It's Mother Mary joins us, and she's on her knees in her cloak of blue. She holds up to us a tiny globe of the earth. She presents this as not only a gift, but as an ownership. And that we are to bring this into our thymus. And she says it's for the repurposing of the magnetic field around you, of this protective field that we're building, that begins to grow within you now and spread. And inside this is a flowering, inside this earth globe, in the thymus, as you breathe that into the middle of your body, out of it flowers, for each of you, a different type of flower, and you might see it right now. For some, it's that Hawaiian flower with the big stem. It's this melon-colored orange. and has those frequencies of Hawaii. And for some, it's a golden rose. It speaks of compassion and loving kindness. It has an incredible perfume of the yellow golden rose wafting through your thymus. And for some, it's a white and pearl pink lotus. That speaks to the eternal, to the level of hope and the opening to all things, to the source. That within each of these dispensations, there is a growing regard of yourself in relation with others. Opening your archangelic gateways and the sides of your Merkaba as your thymus, this relationship chakra, begins to calibrate as these flowers spin anti-clockwise 4 times, and then clockwise 4 times. Recalibrating the thymus and grounding your Merkaba. As we move deeper into the heart, beloved ones, Melchizedek comes now as we are embodying our Merkaba into the level of the heart. Melchizedek opens a globe, like opens it, and it's half and half. One side is dark and one side is light. And you can see the dark on one and the light on the other in the halves. He holds them out to you and says, are these not equal? Are these not the opposites that have worked in privilege of this contrast for so long? Can we not honor them, each for their job, each for their wisdom, each for their teachings? And he presents this to you as he brings them back together and they begin to move into one another, shape-shifting, warping, creating a new shape Take a deep breath in, breathe out. As a Veskia Pisces begins to shape and take form, which is the two halves forming like a yoni in the center, inside a circle. And it's the part of the, it's in this flower of life, the seed of life. But it's, I have to get a Veskia Pisces. Breathing in, this feels very distanced or contaminated or fearful. We want to just release that we're in this sacred ceremony, this sacred temple, in this sacred Merkaba, by golly. And we're being washed and purified by the holy ones. As you may begin to feel all these energies moving through you as a shape-shifting of this orb begins to circle very fast. The Veskia Pisces is now shape-shifting in this. It moves, bring it as you can when you're willing and able into your heart. Working with this consciousness of consumption, they say. Consumption is like an aberration. And this throws our heart off sync. And this Veskia Pisces is working with creation and with a rebirthing of polarities. My hands are turning into fists, and that always means different beliefs, like judgments. So we're just wrestling in a way, shape-shifting, milkshaking with the consciousness. So that begins to throw off these old, disparate judgments, limiting beliefs, swirling sonically, the light and the dark, the right and the left, the hemispheres. Good job. It's beginning to level out. Excellent job. We madure, madure, madure. We may, we come into the center of the heart. Into this new creation. Rumadu in the center. Into any constriction. As a flooding is about to happen, a flooding. Duma, 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 he, duma, 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 he, kai, he, say, he, wo, hu, ha, he, oma. The Zeptepi, the flooding, purification, of the Egyptian sacred fields by the Nile, the Mother Nile. Bringing these opposites into harmony, into 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, meow, mal, mimer, durma, dumahi, Duma dume kama, kama tuha tihe, releasing all karma, Dorahu duha huma huhe, here we are, here we Radu, Radu, Madu, Gi, ay, hua, hui, ta, Good job. Sit in the Zep Tepi, the zero balance. All at the same, above, below, inside, outside. It's a great white owl. A very large white owl, horned white owl. Ancient wisdom keeper. With again an ankh in its mouth, a key. Breathing into this quiet, this liquid. Non-dualistic. Beneficial. Restorative. Recalibrative. Essential. Bringing this ankh into your heart now as it bridges above and below with this key in the keyhole. It moves deeply into the center of your flame now, your Christed I am. Your identity, your signature, your presence. Then we move that ankh, that key, whichever direction you feel is right, to the right or to the left. You can open your own key, your own turning of your own key in your heart into this divine presence, this code that you are. This brilliance, this avatar. Allowing yourself this deep steadying, this gift of sacred surrender. As now the Merkaba begins to move down further. And I share this is our journey this time. It's the journey within. That we are being flooded by the archangelic realms. And this is our downward ascension gateway in our Merkaba. that is, you may feel magnetized, and that these harmonics are almost going to make you pass out or doze off. And if you want to, beloved ones, receive, because this is a great salve, a healing ointment, much needed nourishment for your soul, for your spirit, for this ascension gateway and the pathway of ascension that you will know after these transmissions. You will know the way once more. It all is becoming more and more soothing as you surrender and receive. That it's a slowing down is the activation. It's as if everything is in slow-mo on your iPhone. As if you're on vacation, on vacay, on holiday, because it's a holy day together. And we're beginning to just move deeper and deeper through the lower chakras, not seeming to even need to work there as we may have been working with them already, through the hara, through the solar plexus, the hara, the sacrum, the creation chakras, the Amrita gateway, into the dreaming body of the womb within you. Moving gently through the perineum, the base, through any dross or carbon at the end of your tailbone. That this is beginning to make the lower points of the Merkaba. As we move down through the link chakra, we open a gateway at the link chakra. A crystalline gateway. Breathing into this gateway, this disc rimmed with gold, with sacred geometries emblazoned upon it. As now the violet flame pours forth through this disc and ignites inside of our Merkaba in the holy flame. Woo. Beginning to shapeshift into this multidimensional nature. We are together as we create now a greater Merkaba that is all of us, and that is housed around the earth, this greater Merkaba. It's like the Merkaba of Merkabas. And we stand in this multidimensionality in our Merkaba around Gaia. Looking down upon Gaia from above. And then at the same moment, we can begin to become very small, micro small, and look up as we are inside Gaia, moving through the Earth star, the gateways of creation, through the inner Earth, and humbly find ourselves in the womb of Mother Gaia. And that we can house above and below. What a miracle. We didn't know we could do that. And here we are. And it's this humbling of the innocent child, the blue avatar body that knows its way, the spirit of your soul that comes now to recharge you, to bless you. And when it's right, we'll come to inhabit and even drive your Merkaba. Just allowing these higher and higher frequencies of our true dimensionality and welcoming this blue avatar child that has your mission, your puzzle piece. And is fearless, courageous, pulsed, creative out the wazoo, spunky and has fun, knows all about magic, miracles. And is the embodiment of your Christed nature that illuminates through all things. So now listen to the silence, to the sound of the Om within your ears, to the crickets. And this is a great place of pure potential, beloveds. We have brought you inside and outside, above and below, to the 0 point, to the place where you hold all time in one moment, that all is forgiven, that all is safe. All is brought into balance, to harmony. In this rebirth, this resurrection, this recalibration. That you can remember now more and more who you are. It is written here in your codes, in your DNA. As the balancing is rebalancing, reharmonizing your central nervous system, recalibrating the masculine, the feminine, the Ida, the Pinyali, creating a great caduceus within you. And again, breathing into the violet flame inside your Merkaba with the archangelic release, where you are no longer captured, but you are free, liberated to know thine own divine knowledge. Through the solar fathers, through the holy mothers, Mother Gaia, Mother Yamala, creation mothers, ocean mothers, galactic celestial universal mothers that are here now, are holding you. The archangels are holding you. You're an archangel. You're an avatar. When it's divine and ready, knows now the way to spread your great wings, to open up your beautiful heart, and to begin to flutter your wings in a great wind that balances through the elements of this earth, through all beings, creating a deafening call of the great Om that we are, that we anchor here as a one mind, one heart, a true tribe of the new earth, guardians, activators, light bearers, light beings, seekers, seers, visionaries, artists, creator, beings that we are, avatars. Make now your mark, know who you are, and begin this awakening process. As it is here now, it is with you, you are it, and we are going there. So we want to bring our hands now in prayer pose and the Anjali pose. And take a few moments to thank, be grateful, all you've received, all that is in your life, all the benefits that you have, that you hold. And looking around to see that what there is really satisfying, fulfilling, and enough in a new form. Less is more. Fulfillment is what is optimal. That you're satiated. Very full here. Very loved here. Very seen, appreciated, and honored. As we send now all that we've received and all these blessings from the archangels, from our Trinity teams, ascended masters, the mothers, the creation mothers, and fathers, out to our loved ones, out to those that are ill or fearful, out to those that are alone, out to those that need aid or that are suffering, to a stranger. Send it to someone we haven't liked before. Send it to our ancestors, our lineage, to all the elements of this earth to balance and harmonize. the wind, the air, the fire, the water. To open the gateways of our hearts, to know that we are the same as our brethren, our sisterin, to heal the motherhood and the fatherhood, the sisterhood, the brotherhood of light, to heal these core woundings of trauma, of loss, of the times that the earth has failed in the ascension process. And know that this is not happening this time, that it is all this journey of the Christ that we did this day, the return of the Christ within, the blooming of your Christ at heart temple, your Christ at I am. That you are the keeper, that you have the key now. You have your Merkaba. Send this out to all beings, all animals, the oceans, the water, the chundras, the mountaintops that are melting and bringing the water to the seas, to the poles, the ice caps, the poles as they change their direction, and the earth as it evolves and rebirths into 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 dimensional new earth, and that we each will find our place here, that we will build the new earth together. We will build ourselves as guardians, that this is our time, and we are the new earth tribe. Namaste, beloved ones. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dooney, 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 as the mamos say. Allow this experience to just wash and continue to wash through you as it continues in its own divine alignment with your timing to receive as a gift from all of us to you. Know that you are loved. And we wish to keep you in our heart, and we'll come together in other gateways and other webinars. And I'm going to be creating, we have a Make-A-Wish Visioning Your New Earth Avatar. It's a 3-evening mini session of 3 webinars to build to a deeper, longer masterclass I'll be offering. So you can check out my website at www.anjahlia.com/new events or /blog. And you can always contact me at kate.loye@gmail.com. Love to have your feedback. Namaste. This will be on Facebook, on my YouTube channel, and on my blog, on my website. Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be.